What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a post-beta review of Rainbow Six Siege. Today we're going to be talking about what I found most pleasant in the beta, my overall thoughts of the beta, and what I hope to see in the game, and also an exclusive an interview that I got with the dev team. Sent the PR some questions, and he got them answered for me, so thank you, Gilberto, so much for getting those answered, and let's get right into the video. My experience over the beta, besides the annoying server issues I had, which some people didn't have, some people had. It was great. I absolutely loved the beta. Had so much fun with the game. It brought a new, refreshing feel to like the whole first-person shooter genre. So I'm really, really excited to see this game come out and hopefully become a staple in the esports community, because this is a game that I would love to get competitive in. Like, this is a game that I would actually watch, and keep up regularly in competitive, So this is really something I hope becomes a competitive thing, and we're gonna get into that more into that later. But first, let's talk about the beta. The one thing I want to say about the beta, that it forced players to relearn the way they play first-person shooters. And what I mean by that is that there are mechanics in there that make you forget about head-on engagements. They make you think of how to ambush players, how to pick off players, how to correctly enter a room, stuff like that, how to work as a team, which is the biggest thing, and something I have not seen in a while, is games really making you work as a team in order to win. The riot shield in the game really made players realize that head-on engagements aren't always the best idea, especially me. When I first went up against the shield a few times, I realized that I need to change my tactics. Rather than just going up and shooting at the shield, I would lower him into a room and then have my friend shoot him, or just hide in the corner and shoot him as he came in, because the only part of him that's covered is the front. As soon as the sides of our back is exposed, he's screwed. And being a shield myself, when that's pretty much the only attacker I'd really ever use was the shield. I'd either use Montaigne, Blitz, or Fuse. Those are operators, if you didn't know them. In the game, you can use different operators that have different special abilities, and those are the three main shield guys. I would get flanked a lot whenever I died. I rarely died from the front. I usually died because someone shot me from behind or from the side, and that's when I really learned to, as a shield, to make sure not to expose myself, and then look out for flankers. And then when I was on the defending team, to always try to flank my enemy, shield or not, I always try to flank them and ambush them, or just trap them in a room with smoke. Sometimes we would leave a smoke bomb in there, lure them in, jump out a window, and they'd be in there stuck with all the smoke. It was great. So that's like my biggest compliment to Rainbow Six Siege, like the developers and all of them, is that you really made a game that forces people to rethink the way they play first-person shooters, which in turn gives a refreshing feel to the game, and it's just a whole new feel, a whole new experience, a whole new adrenaline rush. Good job. I have nothing bad to say about the game so far. There are certain things I want to see in the future, but I can play this game, just the beta. I could play just the beta for hours and hours and hours. So I never got bored of it. I was really sad to see it go. Beta, come back. You can blame it all on me. Alright, so let's get into the interview and then get into the overview, where I'll talk about things I want to see in the future, things I don't want to see implemented, so on and so forth. So I sent an interview to the PR. I met him at TwitchCon. Gilberto, thank you so much for getting these questions to the guys on the dev team, getting them answered. I sent him 5 questions. Only 3 were able to be answered. So we're just going to go over those. Is the rumor that there will be no campaign true? If so, why? Now, I don't think I mentioned this before, but the other game mode besides multiplayer was Terrorist Hunt. Basically, you by yourself or up to 4 other players can go and wreak havoc on terrorists in same concept, and you can play it by yourself. So I was wondering if there's going to be a campaign, because I heard that they're not going to have a campaign, and they said that the creative version of Rainbow Six Siege has always been strongly focused on a compelling cooperative and multiplayer experience, so they really want a multiplayer game, and so far they're killing it. The game supports solo play when playing Terrorist Hunt offline and online, and we will provide further details on single player content in the near future. So yes, there is not going to be a campaign. I kind of wish there was. For a lot of really hardcore Rainbow Six fans, this is going to be kind of like a slap to the face. But for me, I was really, really excited for the multiplayer. Really liked it. enjoyed it, and to be honest, I couldn't really care if it was a campaign or not. For the sake of the other people, I hope they do eventually implement some sort of campaign thing, maybe something like Halo or something, but we'll get into that in a bit. My other question was, will Rainbow Six Siege have a big presence in esports? Do you have any plans on implementing esports in Rainbow Six Siege in a big way? I also really want to play this competitively, so I really hope that esports will pick it up. Also, what is the official way to spell esports? I've seen so many different ways of writing it. They replied, we developed a game that we believe has the correct foundation to allow esports competition. This includes the choice to run at 60 frames per second in PvP and the creation of a spectating tool, the spectator camera, for instance. It will be up to the community, players, and organizations to make it into an esport title or not. If there is a desire for esport tools and support from the production side, we will be more than happy to do so. And then the other question was, what do you have planned for the life cycle of Rainbow Six Siege? And I got the, go-to answer, which was being a competitive online shooter. Rainbow Six Siege was developed and thought out for long term. We want players to stay with us months after release. We are excited to reveal full post-launch soon, so basically nothing. They didn't say anything about it, but I wasn't expecting anything. So to kind of like play off of what I just read, first of all, if the dev team's watching this, guys, please, 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 for the sake of God, implement private lobbies so that these small-time esports organizations and players can actually start building up the hype, because honestly, without them, there will be no big-time hype for Rainbow Six Siege in the esports scene. But like, Call of Duty, CSGO, these games, you can have private lobbies. The small guys can organize the events, and then that will eventually build and build and build, and then the big guys will take it up too. So please, 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 just put in private lobbies. I know it's not that hard. I mean, I guess it's kind of hard, but still, please, please, please. Other things I want to see implemented is more dynamic maps. The maps I played, I noticed, were just kind of all the same in a sense. There was a garage, a middle floor, top floor. Each one unique, but still, once you got to learn how to enter a room, there was all the same. So maybe other maps, kind of like maybe some kind of like skyscraper, or a plaza, or a boat. I know there was an airplane map in the alpha. So, have these like kind of more dynamic maps and have more dynamic ways of entry. Just, kind of cool ways to enter, like, like parachute into the skyscraper, or something like that. More characters, more maps. I'm sure all that's going to come with the full release and post-release content DLC. And I honestly have nothing bad to say about this game. Only good things to say about this game. I've had an awesome experience. I love the dynamic of this game. I love the feel of the game. It's just really refreshing, and thank you guys for making this game. And I hope the dev team is watching and they implement private lobbies so that esports can actually be a thing. I know I keep saying that, but I really want it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you guys want to see more content on Rainbow Six Siege, and of course, leave a like, comment if you guys want to see anything in particular. If you want me to talk about more about the beta, funny stories, stuff like that. Whatever it is, leave a comment, like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, make sure you love yourselves and love life, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Doses.